Hi friends, thanks for coming back to join me for another Sunday school lesson. I am so glad that you're here. So over the last few weeks and months, we have been learning all about God. Makes sense, we're in Sunday school, right? We've been learning about what He's like and who He is. This is important for us because our faith in God is our trust in Him. And we need to know what God is like for us to trust in Him. So here's just a quick overview of a few things we've learned. We've learned that God is kind, He knows everything, He's powerful, He loves us, He forgives us, He wants to be our friend, we can trust Him, all sorts of good things. So over the coming weeks and months, we are going to be learning not just about God, but about God and us and how those work together. So these lessons that we're going to be learning are still really important and should help make our faith stronger. It's going to teach us things like how God sees us, why we need God, all very good, important lessons, and I'm excited to get started with you. So I have a question for you. Do you know what a masterpiece is? A masterpiece is an incredible creation. It can be a beautiful work of art, a statue, a building. So I have a question for you. The Bible tells us that God created a masterpiece. Do you know what it is? Tell you what, I'm going to draw it and see if you can guess. So I've got some paper here. So let's start with a circle. Do you have a guess of what God's masterpiece is yet? I'm gonna maybe put a line down here and a line up here. Any guesses yet? I'm gonna keep going. Another line, another line. Are you starting to get an idea of what it might be? We are God's masterpiece. People are God's masterpiece. So let's go ahead and grab our Bibles and read more about that. So in the book of Ephesians, which is in the New Testament, let's go ahead and turn there together. Ephesians chapter 2, in verse 10, it says, "For we are His workmanship." We are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. So this verse tells us that we are God's workmanship. We are His masterpiece, and He created us to do good works. Isn't that amazing? So what all has God created? Well, just looking out my window, I can see trees and grass. I see a deer. I see clouds. God created everything in the whole world. But He only called one thing His masterpiece, and that's you, friend. You are God's masterpiece. Nothing about the way He created you was an accident. It says in Psalm 139 that He knitted you together piece by piece. He knows every hair on your head, and He put it there for a reason. I think it's so encouraging and uplifting to think about that I was created by the same God who made the oceans and the mountains and cool creatures. And He thought the world needed one of you too. Friends, I want you to take this truth with you today. You are not an accident. You were created by a powerful, all-knowing, all-loving God. And He looked at you when He made you, and He called you His masterpiece, His precious work of art. That is how the Most High God sees you. You are precious to Him, and He is proud of the work He did in you. So friends, as we go throughout our week, Let's remember what Ephesians 2:10 told us, that we're God's masterpiece and He created us for good works. Let's go out throughout our week and use our bodies, God's masterpiece, for good works, for helping, for kindness, for uplifting, for sharing the good news about Jesus with others. I'm always so thankful that you spend a few minutes with me each week to do these Sunday school lessons. Come back next week and we'll continue to learn more wonderful truths about God. All right, friends, I hope you have a great week and I'll see you next time.